Da, 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 da. Happy Mother's Day to the one person out there.
Yes, the guru on 2B. You win.
Yes.
Winner.
There was obviously a prize for being first. Hey, so Dave and I are together on Mother's Day. We spent some time with my mom. I haven't recorded a video in the last couple of days just because last time Dave and I were together, we had talked about doing more chitchat. Yeah. Versus,
Somebody's asking if you brought the card. Why'd you bring the cards out?
Just in case we're going to throw something on something that we're chit-chatting about. Howdy. So we thought, what are you people joining for? You should be with your mothers. Yeah. Well, probably a lot of them are mothers.
There's that.
Okay, all you got to go. Gary and David are coming on live. Yeah, so I haven't recorded in a while. I think I may do a solo recording every now and again, but I think more or less it's just going to be Dave and I just chatting about the topics of the day, throwing our opinions on things, and maybe throw a card or two just for shits and giggles, if you will.
As people file in here.
Yes. So if you have questions for us, put it in all caps, and then we will ignore it. I mean, we will. Yeah, we will start and see if we can get back to it. So as is usual with Dave and I, we put lots of planning and forethought into these things.
Not announce, it's turn on, hit play and go.
That's right. You get us real. This is how we are. This is what we decided to wear today. This is what we decided to drink today. What are you drinking?
I have a Coke Zero here.
Yes, we are not sponsored by Coke Zero, but if we were, or 805, we would both be very pleased.
So we went and visited our mom. She's in hospice at my sister's house. Mm-hmm. She's really, her health has really declined in the month of May, or end of April through May. She may not make it through May, but she made it to Mother's Day. Yeah. And I just threatened her that she's not allowed to pass on my sister's birthday in the house she's staying on, which is on the 24th of May. Yeah. So you can do it before or afterwards, but
any day other than that.
You're not allowed to do it on that day.
You could do political or personal. We tend to do the personal questions at the end of the live streams.
So that was today, and yeah, and Betty's she highly likely won't make it to her 91st birthday in July. Yeah. She's at the end of July, but Mom's had a good run. Yeah, she's had pretty much 89 really healthy years and 90 pretty healthy years. She started getting sick a little bit before her 90th birthday, but that old Biddy is up until recently has been chugging away.
I would say, for Mom, she's really had 90 good years.
Yes,
but we had a celebration of life for a family friend, and that was just a few months ago.
Yeah.
And my mom made it to that, and she was working the room like she always does.
Yep.
And if you saw her then and you saw her today, the fall off is precipitous.
Yeah, it's a big drop off.
Yeah. I went and saw her. She's staying with our sister, and my sister lives about 15 minutes away. I went over to visit, and that was rough. In a word,
at this memorial, I've described she was like 90% Betty. Yeah, she couldn't walk around very much, but she was very lucid and with it, and again working the room. What would you say today was like 10 or 20%? She can talk, but there's no power in her voice. As you get older, your voice gets softer. It's like that.
It's kind of like if you were really tired and you were trying to talk to somebody.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Her vitality is different.
Yeah, exactly.
And so if she passed in the next 2 weeks, would I be surprised? Not even a little bit. If she passed as we went back upstairs to talk with my sister and my brother-in-law, she went to sleep and didn't wake up, that wouldn't surprise me either.
She's ready. She is a Leo. Yeah, it's one of those things that we've been blessed because we have had ample notice that mom was winding down.
Yeah.
But it still doesn't make it easy. It's yesterday was a very tough day for me emotionally because I had gone and I'd seen my mom, and she was in a way that I wasn't mentally or emotionally prepared to see her. So
I've been over multiple times the last week or two, and it's like, woo, she's dropped off. And by the way, Gary and I mourn differently than many people. Like when I was talking with my sister afterwards, like, whoa, mom said thought she was going to pass in May, and it's like, I tell you what, man, she said she was going to pass in May, and she's acting like she's got a bus to catch. Like, I got this bus to leave, and I ain't missing it. So the drop off is steep, but it makes me laugh because it's like she said she was going to leave in May, and she looks like she's trying.
She is a woman of her word. I get me the hell off this timeline. This is the dumbest timeline. I don't want to be on it. Yeah, she misses my dad.
Yeah,
she's tired. She was, honestly, she was ready to go last year, and there was probably a couple of soul contracts that needed to be honored
with my sisters.
Yeah. And so she's, I think,
one last gift to both of them.
Yeah, and then she's ready to go. She's ready, and I saw the look yesterday, and that's what really was a tough emotional hit for me. Was I was looking at her thinking, oh my God, I've seen this look before. She's not much longer. If she makes it to June, I'll be quite frankly surprised.
Sweet Pea Gemstone, she's 90. She'll be 91 at the end of July.
Yeah.
So good run. Look, again, sense of humor. And she even chuckled at it when Gary and I were visiting her now. It's like, Mom, whenever I come down here, you're sleeping. So my dark sense of humor. It's like
it's pretty dark.
This is by the way, this would be my dad's sense of humor too. It's like, you want to get the calla lily and just put it in her hand so it's resting on her chest. When she wakes up, she sees a calla lily. Wait a minute, I'm not dead, you bastards. Now, my mother's family grew up picking flowers. Yes. And they were florists and such. So there's also a flower history here too. But that's just my sense of humor. It's not like the Monty Python. I'm not dead yet. Get on the card.
So Melwood 39 has got a great one. My dad's talking to people who are not visible almost all the time. Are there people actually there, or is she going nuts?
No, your dad's seeing through the veil. Yeah, your dad's seeing through the veil. I specifically asked Mom if she was dreaming about my father or her parents, and she isn't yet. It's like, well, you're not ready to go yet, then. Yeah, but that's really common. Hospice nurses talk about that. People will just be having this really calm conversation with people that you cannot see. And I would say, ask them about it. Ask them what you're talking about. Ask them if they see the person. If they see the person there, ask them where they're at. Test it. They're not necessarily hallucinating. If you're old enough, do you remember how, when TVs had dials and you could turn the dial from channel 2 to 3 to 4, and then they had a coarse knob on the inside, and you could turn that knob and sharpen the TV set. But if you kept turning in one direction, you could almost get to the other channel that was next to it. So if you're on channel 3, which was snow for us, but we had a channel 2 and 4, if you turned it clockwise, you could start working your way to channel 4. Yeah. And channel 4's program would start coming in. It would be really fuzzy and snowy, but you can actually see it. That's kind of what it is for them. They're turning the coarse tune dial, and they're actually starting to see on the other side. Yes. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's. I believe that there's communications that happen. That there's perceptions that you start developing as you start nearing the end of your time with us. She has seen fairies at my sister's house.
That might be hallucinations.
That might have been hallucinations. But then she was saying that when she went to my other sister's house, she saw men dressed in dark jackets and dark hats. and she's had a couple of visions with those people. So
Was that the Jewish people?
no,
that
it's the
she was
Jewish
talking
people
about?
that she was talking
It
about.
was hard for me to hear because her voice isn't very strong anymore, and she was talking towards Gary and away from me. So imagine somebody doing loud whispers, or she's talking more like this.
Yeah.
There's no power in it. It kind of like how they were saying Joe Biden during the debates. He's got the natural aging where he can't project his voice, where Trump just bellows, and that's why they feel like Trump is so vital. And thing is because he can still basically yell and project his voice, and they equate that with
vitality.
With vitality, and there's some truth to that. But he's also cray-cray.
Yeah.
So so you've heard about this viewing pool that they're redoing.
Yes.
American flag blue in the viewing pool, the reflection pool outside like the Washington Monument and such. And this is where Martin Luther King had held a rally there. Now the reflecting pool was designed in such a way that the monument reflects off of the water. But Trump, not to be outthought, thought the reflecting pool should mimic the ocean bottom in the Caribbean. So he hired his pool contractors to paint the bottom of the pool blue, American flag blue, so that when they fill it up with water later on, it'll have this beautiful blue color like a country club swimming pool, which will then not reflect the buildings around it, thus destroying the whole purpose of why it was there in the first place. Even more fun is that he did no bid contracts to do the repairs and the painting on this pool, saying that it was going to cost the government so much money if they went to bidding contracts that he just did a no bid contract. And the contract that they awarded was 3 times what is generally quoted for the work that needs to be done. So it makes you wonder if there's a kickback involved.
Well, it's his pool guy.
Yeah, and it's his pool guy who did Mar-a-Lago's pool or some swimming pools of his. So you can only imagine there's kickbacks going on. Maybe it's you do this and now you're going to do my pools for free because it's a sum total of the projects.
You know what's funny about that? In my role, I work with contracts. I work in a government agency, and I work with contracts. And if there was like a disaster in our agency, and we had to like quickly go out and hire contractors, when you go for FEMA reimbursement, if once you're beyond the emergency window, which is not very big, it's like 24, 48, 72 hours, right? Once you're outside of that window and you're kind of like picture like a big storm coming through and there was water damage and flood damage and whatnot. Once you get through the initial getting through the flood damage and now you're doing all the cleanup, the months of cleanup, if you did a no bid contract, FEMA would not reimburse you for it. They'd say, oh, you need to procure this with quotes and you have to formally bid it. And if you don't follow all these rules, you're not going to get reimbursed from FEMA. And it's just so interesting that Donald can just give it to his pool guy and everyone's cool with that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so frustrating. You just they don't even try to hide the corruption anymore. It's just out there for everyone to see.
And Barb was posting here. They may not be able to do the work on the reflective pool because the motorcade was driving on it and damaged it. Yeah, Aaron Parnas was reporting on that. I think the Washington Post reported on it. And I watched a video where they had the Beast and all these other SUVs driving on the frickin' reflecting pool because it's been drained. And Trump wanted to see the progress. So, heaven forbid you walk there. They drove the vehicles on it. It's like, it would be like installing turf on your golf course and then driving a bunch of trucks over this newly installed turf to see how it looks. Dumbasses.
How much is this going to cost us?
He might. Now, there's no guarantee that they broke things, but chances are they broke things, and he may have just undone all the work that's been done on at that point. Also, Bill Maher had John Fetterman on his show the other day, and Fetterman's like, I don't understand all the problem that people have with this stupid reflecting pool, and Bill Maher's like, I don't get it either. People just want to hate things to hate things. And all I would say to Bill Maher is this: how much do you think he's getting in kickbacks for this no bid contract?
6.9 million no bid contract.
It's like, and that's what I would ask him. How much do you think he's getting in kickbacks for this? And then it answers his question without answering his question. Why are people upset about this? Because it looks like corruption. It looks like a grift. And if you can't figure that out, knocking down the East Wing and then $400 million in free money being given by corporations, and now they want the taxpayers to pay for it.
Yep.
What's got to put that $400 million? Grift.
Yep.
It's the corruption, and it's the unfetterman corruption that's going on with it. It's just, in the grand scheme of things, $6.9 million compared to what the Pentagon's budget does, still, they don't even try. It wasn't like his contractor put in a bid and he awarded it to the contractor. He didn't bother letting anybody else bid on it at all.
Yeah, he just called his buddy. Hey, how much to do this?
$2 million? Okay, we'll give you a $7 million contract, but you have to do my pools and throw $2 million back to me when it's all said and done.
Yeah,
that's pretty much how this works.
Don Jr. is or Eric are gonna have nice pools in their futures, I guess.
Yeah. Corruption. It's good. It's a good time. Is there a good reason why the GOP wants the public to pay for the ballroom? Because he's pocketed the money.
Well, I think there was some pushback saying that basically that type of construction has to be appropriated by Congress. And so I think that's why now they want Congress to approve it. But to Dave's point, I don't know what they're going to do with the private donations. Yeah. I'm sure they're not giving it back.
Well, I heard somebody say, "Oh, he'll just buy the china and the artwork with the private money." $400 million to decorate that place.
You know what he's going to decorate it with?
He's going to have the portrait in Mar-a-Lago of himself. He's going to bring that one in there and donate to the government and take the tax write-off.
Yep, Melania NFTs, all that stuff that he's been trying to pawn off on MAGA, he can now sell to the government. Yeah, it's just like when he goes to Mar-a-Lago or he goes to Trump Tower, all the Secret Service, everyone's forced to rent rooms there at the full rack rate. Yeah, so he's enriching himself while getting spending time in Trump Tower at Mar-a-Lago. It's just craziness. Blatant. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I've been seeing a whole bunch of questions going through, although they've kind of been blowing past. I don't think we've started any.
No.
Okay, so what do we got? Can we read on the likelihood?
How much further does Barry have to travel? And Barry's taking his damn sweet time.
What are you reading?
Barry the blood clot.
Oh, I haven't heard of that one.
Yeah, the clot that's going to stroke out Trump or cause the heart attack is been nicknamed Barry.
I'm not digging the Kit Kat as it looks like. Yeah, here we go. There we go. There it is. There's the Kit Kat clock. Yeah, that tail is just. I put in batteries in it. It just didn't seem to want to perk up much. It comes down here. Okay.
What else is going on? Oh, how about Melania's comment? Oh, we have a huge donation here.
Oh, wow.
The big blue
Hey, it's
cement
Linda from
reflecting
Virginia.
pond is foreshadowing the November blue wave. Wouldn't that be great?
Oh, my gosh.
Thank you very much, Linda.
Yeah, thank you, Linda.
There was another one here, too. We got a super sticker.
There was does that mean I get to do a little dance?
Yes. Susan Rotella sent us a $20 super sticker.
Yay!
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Susan.
Thank you, Susan.
Appreciate it. Cheers. Thank you, Susan.
So Melania was talking, and she was talking about Donald Trump's empathy.
Oh God! I'm glad I got done drinking before you said that.
And the quote was amazing. She's like, something not many people talk about, or something like that. And it's his empathy, Donald's empathy. And everybody in the room started laughing. And
Trump's like,
yeah, exactly. I can't believe she talked about that. I didn't think anybody knew about my empathy.
I'm really empathetic.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Yes, she actually said that, and people in the room started chuckling. Yeah, it was with the it was like the parents of the soldiers or something like that. That she was addressing.
Oh yeah, might be right. Okay.
And how Donald loves the soldiers. He knows all of them by name, and he's really empathetic. And then everyone starts chuckling, and she looks over at Donald, and Donald's like,
Yeah, I'm the most empathetic man ever.
"Oh my God." They don't even realize the irony of that.
I think you might be right on that one, because that would be one of those double entendres. Yeah, Donald's known for his empathy, all right. You kind of want to just with the eye roll.
It's kind of like it sort of reminds me of the phrase, there's no hate stronger than Christian love.
Yes.
Where don't think about the phrase too long. You might take you in a place you weren't expecting to go. It's just, oh my God.
And then you got the gold statue.
I didn't hear about the gold statue.
Oh, Donald Trump has commissioned, and they rolled out like a 15-foot gold statue of him that he's got at one of his golf courses. And he had a bunch of evangelical preachers all posing in front of it, saying, "This is not the what is it? The statue of the Lamb." There's a biblical quote about worshiping false idols or idolatry. It's the golden calf. I'll see if I can find it here.
12-foot gold leaf statue. Yeah, there was something I had looked up earlier.
Hypocrisy.
Yeah, where they were.
Oh my God, they call it Don Colossus at the Doral Miami golf course.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. Critics and some religious members have labeled it an idol or golden calf, referencing the book of Exodus story of idol worships.
Yeah, golden calves in the Old Testament. So LLC, thank you, LLC, 1976. And Nancy Tarhart. Yeah, there was something written about the Antichrist. Oh, for the love of God and all that is holy.
It's like
is he doing the fight?
Yeah.
He's doing the.
See if you can see it here.
Oh, Lord,
that's
Almighty.
And by the way, here's a picture of somebody speaking behind it, so to give you a sense of scale.
God Almighty.
22-foot bronze statue.
Jeez.
Covered in gold leaf.
Gold leaf. There was a scripture I had looked up in the Bible where it basically says, you can recognize the Antichrist because it was basically don't listen to their words, look at their actions. I'm paraphrasing, but it's basically you could tell by the fruit that it bears, that it brings, that it's not the true Christ. And it's just like, you look at what Donald does. He worships money. He treats people horribly. All you got to do is like for example, with the folks, the immigrants, how would Jesus handle this? With Iran, how would Jesus handle this? It's all you got to do is ask, how would Jesus do this? And then look at how Donald handled it. Protesters out in the street, how would Jesus handle it? How did Donald handle it? It's so wild that all these supposedly very religious people are so easily blinded because they want to believe what they want to believe.
Here we go. He is lawless. Paul calls him the man of sin, literally the man of lawlessness. He will disregard God's word, God's law, replace it with his own arbitrary laws. He is a destroyer. He's the son of perdition, meaning the son of destruction. He will physically destroy those who oppose him. And they people have said that he doesn't want to just defeat you. He wants to bury you. He will spiritually and eternally destroy all those who believe him and follow him. He opposes God and exalts himself against all that is called God. That doesn't help much, does it? Half the world oppose God. But what's unique about this opposition is that the Antichrist opposes mainly by substitution. Instead of God, substitute for Christ. Paul confirms this when he says that the Antichrist sits as God in the temple of God, showing himself that he is a God.
Hey, this sound familiar?
He's a deceiver. Let's see. He's a heretic. Promotion of false doctrine. The ultimate Antichrist. He will not deny everything about Christ, but just enough to undermine the power of Christ. He's a politician. I don't have to go any more than that, do I?
And he has a kind of an orange hue, and he really cheats at golf.
They missed the part about him cheating at golf.
Yeah, that was the only part they missed. Man.
Well, and it's just funny because you think about all the stuff that he stands for. Oh, that was what I was going to look up. The who here can name the 7 deadly sins?
Well, I saw the movie with Brad Pitt.
Okay, tell me. Okay, I'm going to read these off. See if he qualifies. Like, give him not a 5. No, on a scale of 1 to 10, where he might be 8 to a 10 on this one. Pride, greed, lust, envy. He's an envious person.
Sure.
Gluttony.
Well, only if it's McDonald's is involved, I suppose.
Well, that's food gluttony, but it's gluttony. Wrath. He's almost a 10 out of 10 with wrath. And sloth.
Yeah, there you go.
Lazy slug.
Sloth 1976 had him.
Yeah, I mean, it's just he epitomizes the 7 deadly sins. And the funny thing is, his followers celebrate him for these things.
Yeah, double down. They double down, quadruple down.
And his teaching, his words, his actions are against the teachings of Christ. He's anti-Christ.
Yeah.
Period. Just is.
Happy Mother's Day, everyone. Nice uplifting video.
Let's see, do you have any good stories here?
Yeah, I would like a good story. There are no good stories.
No good stories.
I'm very curious to see how this is going to work out with Iran, because we've got this peace agreement.
Well,
I gotta get both hands.
It's kind of like a piece of paper that you sign with a realtor, saying that you're going to work with them on it, and here are the high level things that you're going to discuss. There's no commitment, and they haven't even been able to sign that yet.
Because it's just the United States is allegedly attacking Iranian oil tankers. Iran is allegedly attacking the U.S. ships, but no one is willing to go to the ceasefire is over, let's get back to fighting. So I find that very interesting.
Did you hear what was on the piece of paper?
No,
Iran talked about it.
Oh, okay. I had heard that the U.S. had a proposal to Iran, but I never actually followed up.
Yeah, Iran talked about the.
I heard MAGA was really upset, the Americans who are hawkish on Iran were really upset with the U.S. proposal. Is something I read, but beyond that, I have no idea what's on it.
Let me get to the. Here's your Iran hawks. Come on, David, get to the news here.
He certainly doesn't.
He rejected Iran's response to the peace deal. Their response to it is totally. Trump says, "I've just read the response from Iran's so-called representatives. I don't like it. The representatives were, to me, the representatives are hilarious." Let's see. Okay, so Trump's posting saying he did. Basically, Trump's saying is, I don't like what Iran's saying. Here's the post. Here's what Iran said. And I did a reading on this. It's coming out tonight at midnight. Terror by the Bay.
Not Twitter.
The post came shortly after Iran's semi-official news agency laid out what it said were the terms of Tehran's response, saying the demands included the lifting of long-standing sanctions against Iran, the end of the U.S. naval blockade, and guarantees against future attacks. And the other things I heard was that the U.S. would release billions of dollars of sanctioned Iranian money, and Tehran would open up the Strait of Hormuz and would not attack ships going through there, and the U.S. would have to remove their blockade. And then the discussions would be held about Iran's nuclear program going forward. They would kick that can down the street.
Wow.
And this, it's like everything I read from Tehran was just like, yeah, this looks like it would be legitimate. Like the U.S. wants Tehran to stop building enriching uranium and open up the Strait of Hormuz. And in return, the U.S. will give billions of dollars that belongs to them. They will remove the naval blockade, and there will be discussions going forward on.
Wow.
And no more attacking. And that's what Trump is unwilling to agree to. I mean, talk about basic proposals. Everything in my video, I said, God, he's basically what Tehran's asking for is what they had with Obama without the actual agreement, because Trump tore it all up.
Yeah.
It's just
and
so much money.
And the gift Trump has given him is he's legitimized, or he said the silent part out loud, that Iran controls the Strait of Hormuz.
Yeah, and now they absolutely do, because they shown they do. Robin Davis, thank you very much.
Yay! Thanks, Robin. Yay! Cheers.
Yeah, it's just it's wild how poorly this has been fumbled. And again, though, from my point of view, this was Trump and Israel trying to get Iran to fall in line with the U.S.'s goal of controlling shipping and energy in the Western Hemisphere. Everything the U.S. has done with their actions in the last year is to basically normalize the U.S. controlling shipping routes in the Western Hemisphere, controlling oil and energy production in the Western Hemisphere. And if you look at the drug boats, what that is normalizing is U.S. warships can attack your ships in the open ocean.
It also makes sense that Trump has been opposing any sort of green energy.
Yep, because he wants you on oil.
Yeah,
you want to have products for your heroin that you're selling.
That's right. You got to keep the oil flowing.
Yep.
Drill.
The
windmill farm. He
just paid billions of dollars to make him stop so that people will start using oil.
It's almost like he wants climate change to actually happen. And I'll certainly give you a sip, Crystal. He wants climate change to actually happen, because what will happen is there'll be new shipping lanes that open up in Canada near Greenland. Go figure.
Yep.
So you notice how he's wanted to take over Canada. He wants to take over Greenland. And as Dave pointed out, it was like, once the light bulb goes off, it's like, oh my God, it all starts making sense. Yes. If you simply pivot and say he wants to control maritime shipping, then the Panama Canal makes sense.
Yep.
Greenland makes sense. Yep. Canada makes sense. Cuba makes sense.
Cuba controls. I had to go to AI of this, but oil that goes from Venezuela, the place that we toppled, goes to the Gulf of Mexico, and Cuba controls the shipping lanes that go through there. I mean, not they control like they charge fees, but if they wanted to disrupt it, they absolutely could. It would be an incredible staging point to be disruptive. So you take that piece off the board. Global warming, as the ice caps melt up in the Arctic, there are untapped natural resources up there that the U.S. wants to get to, as does Russia and China. And remember, where Trump was saying we have to have Greenland or else Russia and China are going to take it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if take it means take Greenland or take it means take the resources up there.
Yeah. And there,
Trump also secured flyover things in the islands off of Singapore and Malaysia. And a lot of, like 20%, 25% of the world shipping to the Pacific goes through there. And that it's everything he's doing is trying to box China in. And I do think that Israel, once upon a time, was proposing making a canal to rival the Suez Canal. And the original plans had it going through Gaza, going through the Strip and dumping into, I think it's the Black Sea that's above it. And if you do that, it's going to bring a lot of wealth, shipping traffic and wealth through that area. Hamas and other groups would cause problems. So you bombard the people, get the Palestinians out of there, go into Lebanon, and basically create a security buffer so that if you were going to build that canal, you could build that canal without being harassed by non-state actors. And Jared Kushner's talked about building a Riviera, basically, new hotels and stuff in Gaza. There's also huge natural gas fields right off of the coast of Gaza and Palestine. It just, everything screams, this is a great business development. And I think the estimates were it cost about like $60 to $80 billion to build this canal. And they wouldn't get investors unless Israel could provide security. And this would be the security they would provide.
Yep.
And they would make it bigger and deeper than the Suez Canal. And the Suez brings in billions of dollars for Egypt. And this would weaken Egypt and strengthen Israel and bring trade and prosperity to Israel.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So it's once you turn the key and unlock the lock and open that door, a whole bunch of things. And then the whole Monroe Doctrine in South and Central America, where it's just basically keeping Europe out of the European influence out of the quote unquote, the Americas.
Yeah.
Because Trump wants to control the security and everything in the Americas. Once you've unlocked that lock and opened that door, it all starts to make sense.
Yeah. It's all money. And then additionally, what else was on there? I had it for a second, lost it. Again, with Iran, he wants Iran to play ball. He wants Iran to be a lieutenant. Okay, you know what? You can have the Strait. He wants control of the Strait of Hormuz, and he wants a cut of Iranian money for their oil and the stuff that goes through there. Iran bends the United States, and then they get to make their money. Kind of the same deal he did with Venezuela. Regime change, get new people in there, rely on their lust for power and wealth, and say you can do this, but you report into the United States. And he uses leverage and blackmail to get everything done.
Yes, indeed.
And Iran isn't succumbing to the leverage and blackmail, so he launches missiles on them. And then he expects the government to capitulate, and they refuse to do so. So then he makes up lies. Oh, they agreed to do this. Then the Iranian government says, no, we didn't. He's lying to you. And that pisses Trump off. And so he attacks them again. Iran is just, it's proven, it's like the pistachio nut that he can't crack open. He doesn't know what to do with it. His two tricks don't work.
Yeah. He's got two things that he's good at. Yeah. It's like when I wrestled in high school. I only had a couple of moves. I could do them well, but you had to wait for the right opportunity.
Same here. Gary wrestled as a senior, I wrestled as a freshman. Me too.
Yeah. Yes.
It usually involved me getting the crap beat out of me and nearly getting pinned.
Yes. He was very
crafty.
Yes.
Well, I tried to win normally, but oftentimes what happened was I would be getting nearly pinned and I would resist it. And then,
your
you
opponent
have to keep your weight centered over your opponent. And if you cheat a little bit and move your center of gravity over the shoulder that's up, you can start pushing it down. And when I could feel the guy doing that, I let my shoulder dip just a little bit to let him think he was getting it down. And so then you'd see him cheat a little more, and I'd let it go a little more. And then at some point you could feel where the center of gravity was too much, and then you could just quick roll on him and reverse him.
Yeah.
And now you've got him on his back with his shoulder almost pinned.
Yeah.
And start driving him down.
The number of times I watched Dave pull a victory out of the jaws of defeat was pretty impressive.
I was always behind on points.
I never got pinned, but I didn't always win either. So okay, let's get some questions out there. We've been kind of yammering, so we'll let you ask some questions. We try not to do. If you want to ask us a personal question, great. We kind of shy away from, should I pull the plug on my mother who's on life support type questions. If you ever watch Kentucky Fried Movie, those when there was a sketch with the horoscope.
Oh God, yes.
Should I pull my mother off the life support, my daughter off the life support system that's been keeping her alive for the last 6 months? We don't want to answer those questions. So give us some all caps, and we'll see what's going on. I heard they're thinking of closing Alligator Alcatraz.
They've been talking about that for a while. It's illegal. Just like Trump's been to put new tariffs out there. It's like it's already been ruled illegal. What the hell are you doing? And he doesn't let that get in the way.
I think we should leave Alligator Alcatraz open. At least start. Let's not consider closing it until after the 2028 elections are done.
Here you go, Gary.
What you got for me?
Sorry, this has been asked. Nobody's asked it. What do your guys tell you about the possible link between the Orange One's current state of health and his bout with COVID?
Oh,
haven't never looked at it.
So
really COVID did not do that man any favors. And remember when he caught it, it was one of the more lethal. It was one of the more lethal variants, and he almost passed because. Guess what? He's he was checking all the boxes for the most vulnerable classes. The only difference was he was he is the president, so he had access to drugs that wouldn't normally be accessible, including drugs in clinical trials.
Oh, well, I've got the right cards. Okay, so. Foundational card was the Eight of Cups. So, the question being a possible link between Orangewood's current state of health and his bout with COVID. Eight of Cups, underneath is the Nine of Wands. Eight of Cups, this is about walking away. This is about, the Nine of Cups is hopes, wishes, dreams fulfilled. This is the opposite. This is the, I don't want to be here anymore. I need to get out of here card. I think, to Dave's point, and then you got the Nine of Wands, which is you're battle weary. It really knocked him for a loop. And then underneath it, I got the Lover's card. But it's part of his, I guess in this case, I'm going to read this as his soul contract.
Pushing up the daisies.
Yeah, part of his soul contract is, maybe it was designed. When he got COVID, it was designed to give him an opportunity to show empathy.
I think it was an exit path that he didn't take.
Yes, it could have been. It could have been.
That was an exit path that he didn't take. I got
an off ramp.
I got the Wheel of Fortune and the Seven of Swords. So I think it was an exit path he didn't take, but also it robbed him of some vitality. And how remember COVID had the brain fog. Not that he had a whole lot going on there in the first place, but I think it really took it sapped him of some of that. I'm just I'm surprised he survived it.
All right. So what else you got there? There's a couple that you got the mouse over there.
Right.
A couple that they kind of scroll past.
Hi to the current comment. It could be just a simple one.
Yeah.
Will Minnesota be able to enforce the assault weapons ban passed by its state legislature?
Not if Kyle Rittenhouse has anything to say about
Well,
it.
I mean, at least the state passed it, so it can't go to the Supreme Court. It's a state law. Go to the state Supreme Court, I suppose.
Yeah.
States' rights. Gary's got the money card.
God almighty. I got to
Shuffle
shuffle
your
these
deck.
cards better. I got the Ace of Pentacles with the Lover's card underneath it. It's an opportunity. It's a beginning. It's a new opportunity to build relationships. For me, that's a yes. That's, oh God. Mine's a yes. I don't know about Dave's.
Yeah, I think it's going to get kicked down. It'll get challenged in courts. If there's going to be delays with it before it can be decided on if it gets implemented or not. Both there's money cards in here, so there's going to be a lot of money thrown on this one, and they'll tie it up in the courts to basically. Will they be enforced? Maybe one day.
Yeah.
But it's when the money to fight it in the court system dies out, they'll be able to enforce it.
What else we got?
What's up with Musk and France?
I have no idea.
I don't know what's up with Musk and France.
Oh, there's a good one. Right as a button.
This
Yeah.
will Shady ever be sworn in?
Not if Donald has anything to say about it.
Somebody posted up to me, sent me an email. I think it's worthy of a read. They asked if Trump will fire J.D. Vance or have J.D. Vance resign, such that J.D. Vance is no longer the vice president, to get Rubio or somebody like that in there.
So I've got the Knight of Pentacles. This is about waiting for your opportunity. You have to be patient. This is not an active card. You have to sit back and wait for your opportunity. And then underneath it is the World, which is the end of the cycle. So, as much as I've looked at these things, done readings, is Trump going to go? How long? When's he going to go? Boy, those cards sure tell me it's like you're going to wait until the end, until the bitter end. Now, is the bitter end of the end of 4 years? Is the bitter end the end of 2026? It's. I guess it happens. The way I'm going to define the World card of this is where Trump doesn't have an influence anymore, and then that's when JD can be sworn in as POTUS. But from the cards I've got there, it's not happening anytime soon.
Where's Elon?
Elon in France?
Yeah. I'm going to answer the Elon in France question here.
What's up with Elon in France was the question.
Yeah. So I looked it up because I haven't heard anything about it. I'm going to throw the cards on it before I go on this one. But basically, I'll just throw Rick Carter. Oh, there's problems. Oh, there's big problems. Okay. So I get the foundation of the reading is the Three of Swords, Magician underneath it, and then we get the Ten of Coins, the Seven of Swords, and the Ace of Cups. Elon, what's happening with them? For those who don't know, French prosecutors seek charges against Elon Musk and X over child sex abuse images on the platform. Deepfakes, disinformation, and complicity in denying crimes against humanity by this platform's artificial intelligence system, Grok. So in other words, Grok is causing problems, and French prosecutors are going after that. This is Grok underneath it. And it's almost like X is trying to skirt laws by saying it's their AI tool that's doing it. I think, though, they're going to face big fines because they're going to be fined that they knowingly did this. They're trying to get away with something. And that there's going to be people are outraged by it. And the French government is going to go after them for it. I think the French government's going to be successful in prosecuting this case against Elon Musk, basically using Grok as a patsy. It's not us, it's Grok that said those things. We couldn't possibly do anything about it. You own and do Grok and you're not monitoring it? That's not going to get you off of the...
There was a really neat question. Scroll up just a little bit. It was about...
I'm not going to do it. I'll let him do it.
It's about deja vu.
The feeling that you've done something.
That's right. Can you tell us what deja vu is? Yeah, it's like feeling like you've experienced something previous.
There's a great Monty Python sketch about deja
They
vu.
did a big long sketch on deja vu. Welcome to It's the Mind.
Today we're talking about deja vu, the strange feeling that you've done something before.
I was curious. Yeah, I wanted to hear more of your take on this. I know.
Well, the problem is my take's polluted by like Sterling and other people. They talk about deja vu as sort of like, in some ways, it's a reminder that you're on your life path. It's like you remember certain things, certain mile markers that you set out for yourself. And deja vu is that feeling like, oh yeah, that's right. I feel like I've done this before. It's because you've kind of viewed your life, how it's going to play out. You know, some mile markers that come on.
That's so funny because that was almost the exact answer I was going to give on it. Was that before we come here, I kind of came to this on my own, and it turns out there's a whole group of people that actually, if you go to
Disagree with him.
Yes, if you go to those channels where they talk about people having died and gone across the veil and come back, you kind of have a path for your life. You have a contract where it's like, okay, these are the things I'm going to experience. These are the people I'm going to meet. These are kind of the challenges I'm going to have to face. Blah blah blah. And that what deja vu is, either you remembering, either they kind of show you specific things that could happen, and then when the deja vu happens, is there was like something buried in your gray matter. It's like, oh yeah, I remember when I was putting together my soul contract that this was going to happen, or I saw this happen. Right. I've certainly experienced it.
Me too.
In the past.
And I don't know if it was deja vu or if it was intuitive. It's like when my dad passed 13, 14 years ago, I guess.
2012.
Before my dad had passed, I was just walking around and it's like I was thinking about it. I realized, oh yeah, that's right. Dad dies on a warm day. Came out of freaking nowhere. It's like, and then literally that was my next feeling. Where did that come from?
Yeah, exactly.
And I just noted it. I verbalized it to some people too. Probably told my wife at the time that, and my dad dies on a warm day. Now, my dad was not doing well, and he died in November. Now, in mid-November, no less. Now, for most people, mid-November is not going to be a warm day.
No, not typically, no.
That particular day, I had walked to the grocery store. I was walking back. It was in the upper 60s. It was like 68 degrees outside. And when I got the text message that my father had passed. And I think I even noted when I was walking there, I was walking back, how warm it was that day. And then I got the message just like, now he had been home for hospice, so we knew he was going to pass, but we figured he had a week or two before he was going to pass.
It was a lot faster than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah. And so he was on dialysis, and they had literally done a dialysis on a Friday, and he passed on Sunday morning.
Yeah. So they had the dialysis, late in the week. They got him home Saturday afternoon. He passed away within 24 hours of coming home.
Something like that.
It wasn't even 24 hours. I was in church, and I got a call from my sister, and just like, hey, get home. And it was he had hold on a second. We've got a. Are you going out to dinner? Are you going to our favorite Afghani restaurant?
You could be right.
Oh.
Have to meet us there and find
Oh my! our wives and my son have just decided that they're hungry and they want to go eat.
Yeah, we've been going for nearly an hour, so we could wrap up too.
Yeah. So I just had this one last question. How do you see the passing happen of the felon? Like a giant orange turd.
Melania holding his head under the water until the bubbles stop coming up. His last bubble
smothered with a pillow.
I know how Donald would like it. He likes a pair of big boobs smothering him so he can't breathe.
It'd be like Meaning of Life.
Oh yeah.
Ironic, it was Graham Chapman's character that died that way.
How
do you see the passing happen of the felon? Well, that's as good a card as any, right? It is anybody's guess as to what's going to happen, but he's not going to like how it happens. It's like he dies on the crapper. It's going to be something that's not something he's going to be happy about.
Deterioration of his health. I think it's going to be just for Gary's, I would translate the downward spiral. It's going to be a downward spiral. It's just going to be one of those things where, honestly, I don't think it's going to be like a heart attack or a stroke where he's talking in front of a bunch of people and then falls over, tumbles down the steps on Air Force One. Although that would be glorious. I don't think we get anything like that. It'll be in a hospital room where he's under house arrest of some type of isolation. Either he's stroked and he's nonverbal and he just sits in a chair all day long drooling on himself, or he's just weakened and he's in a hospital bed. He's going to go out feebly. He's going to go out with a squeak. That's my thoughts on it.
So you would do like 10 minutes of questions?
No, I think we're just going to go get some dinner. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. I hope you had a great Mother's Day. We appreciate the donations. Thank you again to Susan, Linda,
Lucy Rodriguez. Thank you, Lucy.
and Robin
Cheers.
Davis for throwing some donations at YouTube, and YouTube lets us keep some of it too.
Yeah.
We had 750 people in the room.
Nice.
Big crowd.
Yeah.
Thank you again. Gary and I, for the Twin Tarot channel, are likely going to switch gears a little bit on it and do more stuff like this where we're talking about the political events of the day and a little less throwing cards on it. Just trying to do something different with it. We won't be IHIP. They actually prepare. We will be shoot from the hip.
Yeah, pretty much. That's just like this video, just live stream. It's just like, hey, you want to do a live stream? Okay.
What the hell, why not?
Let's bring the computer into the kitchen and off we go.
All right. Again, have a great Mother's Day. Have a great weekend, and we'll catch you on the next video.
Take care, folks. Thanks for joining us.